our channel Easy Btech. This is Srujana. In the last session, I had discussed about basic programs of Python. Operators are over, and next basic programs of Python, and that are some of two numbers like area of triangle, simple interest, swapping, print employee details like student enter student marks, print average and total. Okay. Now the example is already I covered. That is nothing but swapping with using another variable. Now I am telling swapping without using another variables. I already covered swapping with using another variable. Now I am telling about swapping without using another variable. So swapping without using another variable. Okay. See here. First of all, in swapping with using another variable, we have take one real-time example. But without using another variable, some calculations are there. In this, without using another variable, there are three logics are there. The first one. For example, I am taking two variables. That is nothing but a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5. B is equal to 5. See here, A is equal to A plus B. A plus B is nothing but 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5, the answer is 15. The answer is 15. Next one, B is equal to A minus B. B is equal to A minus B. All of you think about like this, 10 minus 5, then the answer is 5. Not. So, it's not correct. Why? Because before that, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 5. After I change the A value, that is nothing but A is equal to A plus 5. So, in variable, the recent value is stored. Previous value will be erased. Only recent value will be stored. So, 10 plus 5, the answer is 15. Now, the A value is, okay, the recent A value is 15. Then B is equal to A minus B means 15 minus, what is the B value? B value is 5. Then the answer is 10. Next, A is equal to A minus B. What is the A value? Recent value is 15. Then what is the B value? B value is not 5. Already B value is updated. Updated value will be stored in variable 10. 15 minus 5, 15 minus 10, the answer is 5. So what are the updated values? A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. So the values are interchanged. This is the first logic. So what is the logic? A is equal to A plus B, B is equal to A minus B, A is equal to A minus B. Okay. Let's see in program. Again, A is equal to int of input of enter A value. B is equal to int of input of enter B value. Just print before swapping, right, I'm taking before swapping, print A is equal to taking A value. Next, B is equal to, I'm printing B value. Let's execute this. Swap. Okay. So, enter A value is nothing but 10, 5. Before swapping, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 5. Let's write this logic. That is nothing but A is equal to A plus B, B is equal to A minus B, A is equal to A minus B. A is equal to A plus B, B is equal to A minus B, A is equal to A minus B. Let's print the AB values. means after swapping a value and b value. 10, 5. So before swapping, a value is 10, b value 5. After swapping, a value is 5, b value equal to 10. This is the second logic. So in swapping, this is the second logic. But swapping without using another variable contains three logics. Here it is the first logic. So when we move on to the second logic. For example, logic 2. So this is about logic 1. Logic 1. Logic 2. I am taking a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. Just you have to insert in addition place multiplication, in subtraction place division. Okay, addition place multiplication, subtraction place division. A is equal to a into b. A means 2 into 3. What is the answer? The value is 6. B is equal to a. So you have to put here floor division. Okay, floor division. Double slash b. What is the a value? The recent updated value is 6. Before the a value is 2, the recent updated value is 6. 6 by, what is the b value? That is nothing but 3. B value is nothing but 3. Then the answer is 2. Again, a is equal to a by b. So, what is the a value? A value is 6. What is the b value? Updated value is 2. Okay. The answer is 3. So, let's print updated AB values. A is equal to 3. B is equal to 2. So, the values are interchanged. This is the second logic of swapping without using another variable. Let's see in coding. Just you have to change these addition, subtraction operators. That's it. Okay, let's execute this. A value is equal to 3, B value is equal to 2. Before swapping, A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2. After swapping, A is equal to 2, B equal to 3 is the answer. Okay. So, all of you clear up to this? In any programming language like C, C++, Java, Python, these three logics means swapping with using another variable. Swapping without using another variable means these two values are common. But in Python, another logic is there. That is very simple logic. Another logic is there. That is very easy. Okay. A comma B is equal to B comma A. So, this line only allowed in Python. This line is only allowed in Python. But C, C++, Java not allowed this line. So, A comma B is equal to B comma A. At a time, B value will be stored in A values will be stored in B. Let's see the answer. 2, 3. So, before swapping A is equal to 2, B equal to 3. After swapping A is equal to 3, B equal to 2 is the answer. Okay. This is about swapping. Swapping with using variable, without using variable. Without using variable, three logics are there. So, the two logics are like this. A is equal to A plus B, B is equal to A minus B, A is equal to A minus B. And the second logic is A is equal to A into B, B is equal to A by B, A is equal to A by B. Okay. So, the third logic only available in Python. At a time, A value will be stored in B, B value will be stored in A. So, this is the third logic. Okay. So, this is about basic concepts of basic programs of Python. Okay. Basic programs of Python. So, let's move on to the control structures concept. Control structures. Okay. Control structures. Next topic is control structures. Control structures. In control structures, three types are there. First one is conditional or selective statements. Conditional or selective statements. First one is conditional or selective statements. Second one is looping or iterative statements. Looping or iterative statements. And third one is jumping or transfer statements. Either you have to know a noun, unconditional, jumping or transfer statements. Okay. So in control structures, there are three concepts are there. That is nothing but conditional or selective statements, looping or iterative statements. Third one is jumping or unconditional or transfer statements. Jumping or unconditional or transfer statements. Transfer statement. In conditional or selective statements. In conditional or selective statements, the first one is if, second one is if else, third one is elif, fourth one is nested if. Nested if. In remaining languages like C, C++, Java, these elif are called as else if. These elif are called as else if. Okay. So the next concept, nested if. There is no switch case in Python. In C, C++, Java, switch case is there. There is no switch case in Python. In C, C++, Java, switch case is there. Switch case are removed in Python programming language. Okay. So in second, looping or iterative statements. Looping or iterative statements. While there are two loops are there, while loop and for loop. There is no do while loop in Python. But in C, C++, Java, do while loop is also there. Okay. So do while loop is also there in C, C++, Java. But in Python, there is no do while loop. Okay. And next, transfer or jumping or unconditional statements. Transfer or unconditional or jumping statements. In this, break, continue, pass. Okay, these three keywords: break, continue, pass. So pass is not available in C, C++, Java. So pass keyword only available in Python. Only Python. Break and continue are present in C, C++, Java also. So but go to statement, go to is not there in Python. In C, C++, go to is there. Java is also not allowed go to keyword. Okay. In C++, go to keyword is there, but in Python, go to keyword is not there. In Java is also go to keyword is not available. Okay. So this is about control structures. So let's start conditional or selective statements. Let's start conditional or selective statements. In conditional or selective statements, the first one is if. The first one is if. What is the syntax of if? What is the syntax of if? So let's observe carefully, because in Python there are indentation blocks are there. You have to mention indentation blocks carefully. Okay, you have to mention indentation blocks are carefully. If, it is a syntax for if condition, colon, if the condition is true, then statements will be printed. If condition, colon, must and should you have to give colon, otherwise it will generate syntax error. If condition, colon, So this space is known as indentation block. This space is known as indentation block. Must and should you have to give this space. In C, C++, Java, there are curly parentheses are there. Curly parentheses. But in Python, there is no curly parentheses. Instead of that, indentation block is there. Must and should you have to mention indentation block very clearly. Otherwise it will generate syntax errors. Okay. Let's see an example program for if. An example program for if. So it is a comment. If example. If example. For example, I am taking a number. N is equal to int of input of enter number. Enter number. Okay. So, if example, if the given number is positive number, then it will generate positive number. Okay. So, if the given number is positive, it will generate positive. Otherwise, it doesn't print anything. Okay. Otherwise, it doesn't print anything. So, our program is if we are entering any positive value, it will print the number is positive number. Otherwise, it doesn't print anything. So, if example is positive. Positive. Okay. Let's see. If n. So, what is a positive number and negative number? Positive numbers starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Negative numbers start from -1, -2, -3. So, in between -1, 1, the 0 is there. So, if n greater than 0, if n greater than 0. So, I am entering 9, 9 greater than 0. The condition is true. So see here. Whenever I am giving a colon, then I am entering I will click on enter button. Automatically it give indentation block. Automatically it will give indentation block. For example, I am not giving colon. It doesn't give a indentation block. Okay. So print positive. That's it. That is the syntax. And once you have to enter an indentation block, it is continued. Okay? It will be continued. You have to clear this indentation block by clicking on backspace. Okay? You have to clear this indentation block by click on backspace button. Backspace button automatically indentation block is clear whenever you are click on backspace button. Okay, let's execute this program. Enter number 23. So positive. Again I am execute this program. -7. So -7 greater than 0? No, the condition is false. Whenever the condition is false, the if block statements are not executed. Okay, it doesn't print anything. If the condition is true, the statements will be executed. If the condition is false, it will not enter into the if block. It will not enter into the if block. This is an example for if condition. This is an example for if condition. Okay, let's move on. If else. If else statement. If condition statement 1. If condition statements. If condition, again I am writing. What is the syntax of if else? If condition. If the given condition is true, it will execute if related statements. If the condition is false, it will not execute if related statements. Then it will move on to the else block and it will execute else related statements. There is no chance to execute these two statements at a time. Either it will be execute if related statements, means if block related statements, either it will be execute else block related statements. There is no chance to execute two blocks at a time. There is only one chance to execute either if block or else block. Okay, so let's continue on this example. Positive or negative, positive or negative. If else, if I'm giving a number, if the number is positive, it will print positive number, otherwise print negative. Negative number. Okay, let's execute this one. So 23. 23 is positive. Minus 9 is negative. Okay. So this is the example of if else example. If else. So here I'm telling another example. I'm telling another example. If else example. For example, here I am taking okay. Biggest of two numbers. Biggest of two numbers. For this purpose, I have to take two variables. A is equal to int of input of enter a value. Enter a value. B is equal to int of input of enter b value. Enter b value. Okay. If a greater than b, if a greater than b, then print a is greater or a is biggest. If else, print b is biggest. B is biggest. If a greater than b, then it will print a is biggest, or else it will move on to the else block, print b is biggest. Let's execute this program. A value 23, b value 12. A is biggest. You have to execute both statements, mandatory. Again I am giving 12, 56. B is biggest. This is the second example for if else. And what is the third example? Okay, I am telling another example for if else. That is nothing but even or odd. Even or odd. Okay. So let's enter number. N is equal to int of input of enter number. Enter number. So how to calculate even or odd? A number which is divisible by 2, then that number is called as even number. A number which is divisible by 2, that number is called as even number. So you have to, must and should, you have to calculate this one. How you have to calculate? N modulo 2. Modulo is nothing but reminder. So if a number is divisible by 2, so it will generate 0. So that's why you have to give modulo operator. If n modulo 2 is equal to 0. Equal to is nothing but comparison operator. Comparison operator. If the number, for example, 12 modulo 2 means 12 is divisible by 2. Then left hand side, the answer is 0. That 0 is equal to the RHS value. Then this condition is true. Then it will print even, or else it will print odd. Let's execute this program. 12 even, 23 odd. Okay, so this is about even or odd example in if else block. Okay, then what is the next example? Okay, in if else, the next example is leap year or non-leap year. Leap year or non-leap year. Okay, leap year or non-leap year. Read an year. Y is equal to int of input of enter year. Okay, so how do you calculate leap year and non-leap year? A year which is divisible by 4, that year is called as leap year. A year which is divisible by 4 and that year is called as leap year. And year modulo 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so is equal to 0. And at the same time, and A and D, at the same time, an year which is divisible by 400, or an year which is not divisible by 100, This is the logic of leap year. An year, so must and should first condition and second condition should be true. Then the result is leap year. Okay. If any one condition is false, the result is non-leap year. If first condition means year must and should divisible by 4. In second condition, two conditions are there. So either both conditions are true, either one of the condition is true, the result is true. If both conditions are false, the entire condition is false. True and false, the result is false. Then the answer is non-leap year. So an year which is divisible by 400 and an year which is not divisible by 100. Okay. Print leap year. Print leap year. Else print non-leap year. Okay, let's execute this. Enter year. For example, 2020 is a leap year. Okay. 2022. 2022 is a leap year? No, it's a non-leap year. Okay. So here it is an example for leap year and non-leap year. Okay. So up to I covered. So I started control structures. In control structure, there are three types are there: conditional or selective statements, looping or iterative statements, jumping or unconditional or transfer statements. Up to I covered in selective statements if and if else. If and if else. In the later session, in the next session, I will tell about elif. In other languages, it will called as else if. In other languages, it will called as else if. That is nothing but C, C++, Java. It will be called as else if. Okay. In the later session, next session, I discuss on elif concept with InfyTQ examples also. Okay. So I think all of you got about up to these topics. Okay. Please watch our videos. Okay. Thanks for watching.